I should be live now. Awesome, awesome. I just went live like 5 minutes ago and realized that my stream was unlisted. So now we're public and we're live. What I'm currently working on is my audiobook maker, and this needs Tortoise and RVC. So this is my RVC pipeline that I'm gonna incorporate into it. So I just need to incorporate the RVC pipeline into this, and we should be on my way to making audiobooks with RVC. So I just need to do a couple of things first. So currently I am checking how to see if a package is installed on Python. Alright, here we go. So I need to see if I have torch. Oops. I don't have torch. I was like, I should have. Huh? What? Oh, I know why I don't have torch, because I don't actually need torch installed for here, because I'm just calling the tortoise API. All right, so let me go ahead and get torch up and running on this virtual environment instance. So let me go ahead and install that real quick. It should be pretty quick installation because I already have it cached. So once that is done, I'm gonna go and install my repository that I made for obviously the TTS pipeline. But yeah, my plan is to get the audiobook maker out on my GitHub eventually. No, well, not eventually, but soon. So I know some people have been asking about it. So yeah, it'll be cool stuff. Well, I guess while that's doing, let me go ahead and make a git ignore. So I'm gonna go ahead and ignore wave files. Actually, let me save this dot git ignore. I don't want wave files. I want to exclude my audiobooks. Hey Pavit, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate it. Let me .pkl. Let me exclude my exe files. All right. Cool. So now package is installed. Let me go ahead and install my GitHub package here. Okay, and then I also want to ignore my .vnv. What else? I'll go ahead and leave the text file in there. Oh, actually, I don't want to ignore the audiobooks, because I do want that to be left, but what I should create instead is a new .ignore that we're going to exclude git ignore. Alright, so this is going to be a .git ignore. And so what I'm doing right here is just adding a .git ignore inside of audiobooks folder so that the folder uploads to GitHub. And at the same time, it ignores all of my personal audiobook files that I have here. So that'll be fantastic. That'll be fantastically convenient. Hey Arith, appreciate it. I appreciate all of these small contributions and all the fun stuff that for all the fun stuff that I'm doing. Thank you, thank you. And then let me go ahead and install this now install my RVC TTS pipeline. Pavit, if you want to do Google Colab, I believe every day you can run it for 12 hours. And then I think there is a limit on it, but you'd have to check it out on Google to see what the collab limit is for your account. But you should be able to train an RVC model. I recommend you start with like 10 minutes first so that you can train one quicker, and then you can always increase the time, the total data set that you're using later on. Okay, so that should be everything that I need. And then let me go ahead and get a voice in here as well. For the audiobook maker, we're just gonna go ahead and use the Mume voice that I have trained. So we're gonna go ahead and slap that inside of here. Well, actually, no, let's go ahead and one that is very noticeable is a Dewey. So we'll go ahead and run a Dewey voice. Wait. Alright, here's my Dewey 48K. Code. Sorry, I'm just navigating to the folder that I have. And we're going to go ahead and slap that in there. So now I have my Dewey 48K PTH. And then let me just go ahead and test it out, make sure it works. Yeah, my background is AI generated. It's generated with Midjourney. Here, I'll show it real quick. That is the full background, so I actually really like it. It's a vibe. And yeah, that's all Midjourney. No problem, Pavit. Thank you for inquiring. Okay, so from reviews, what did I call it? I think it's hold on, let me check my documentation. It should be RVC infer. Yeah, it is. Okay, from RVC infer import RVC convert. Right, and I do have to save this as a we'll just save this as a test.py. So let's go ahead and run it. Make sure we don't get any errors. Okay. No module named VC infer pipeline. Wonder what could be going on there. Let's see. Pip. Let me try. Let me make sure I have torch. Import torch. Torch.cuda is available. True. Okay, that's good there. Oh, like, are you a post break? Are you making visual novels? That is awesome. That is awesome to hear. I know people, say they use like Midjourney for like concept art and all that stuff. So I can see it being pretty useful, pretty dang useful. All right. So what happened on my installation here? I have RVC and then I have my TTS pipeline. Something might have happened when going to install my RVC package. So let me make sure that this is good. Okay, cool. That is good to go. And let me go ahead and reinstall my... I really don't want it to turn into just debugging the RVC TTS pipeline. Okay, sweet. All right, I didn't have to start debugging the pipeline, or else I was going to move on to something else. So that would have sucked. What's up, Mike? Thank you for tuning in. What's up, Yong? Have I checked out Bark? I have not. Well, let me take that back. I have checked out Bark a little bit on their Discord and then a little bit online. I do want to play around a little bit with Bark because I hear it's pretty good. The Tortoise MRQ branch actually has a Bark like module that you can use, so I was gonna check it out with that and see how that works. So I wonder why it's still showing it as a squiggly. I mean, technically I do have it. I let me close out of that. I want to be able to see my doc strings. There we go. Now I can see. Now I can see my doc strings. Alright, so what do I need? I need a model path. So model path, I'm going to do GUI 48k.pth for my file path. I need F0 up key. We're doing female to female, so we don't need that. Input path. So we need an input path to a file. And then I think I need one more. No, actually that's all I really need. I just need the model path, and then I need the input path for the audio file. Alright, cool. So what we're gonna do is open up our Tortoise API and make a call with that. So what's up, Just Rise and Grind? Thank you for tuning in. How are you doing today? Bark. Oh yeah, it is. I mean, they've got a hugging face space. Hugging face space. That's funny. They've got a hugging face space for it. And yeah, you know, I do need to check it out a little bit more. So I can say that I have not really checked it out, unfortunately. Limited to what I've just seen on their Discord, and then what I played around with on their GitHub. Alright, so the way that I'm calling this is play audio, create and queue, generate sound. Alright, I'm just calling call API with parameter is sentence. Okay, cool. It's just a string. Alright, so I can go ahead and import that. So let me go ahead and, for my test, let's go from Tortoise API import, what did I call this? Tortoise API. Tortoise API. Okay, cool. So what we're gonna do is first call our Tortoise API dot to call API. Or here, let me change this up. Let me go import Tortoise API from dot Tortoise. I feel like I should be able to do something like that. What can I do from Tortoise? Alright, never mind. We'll just leave that at that for now. We're going to call it with some random text. Hello. Test string. Thank you for tuning in. Just wanted to say quick hello, and I'll be on my way. Alright. Go ahead and call that with the test string, and then alright, and then we can leave that as that. Alright, this is going to returns an audio path. Okay, cool. Then we can do input path equals that, and then we can slap input path to there. Alright, so if everything goes correctly, we should be able to run this conversion. So let me go ahead and run up a instance of Tortoise TTS Alrighty, let's go ahead and get this going. Alright, so my instance of Tortoise TTS is running, and let's see if we can run this without any bugs. Hello there, thank you for tuning in. Sentence. Oh, because I'm doing this as self sentence. Okay. Oh, right. I have to instantiate the class. Alright. Tortoise. Totally forgot about that. Okay, join argument must be string, bytes, or path. Not a none type. Why is it a none type? Hey, with this, you'll be able to get anybody reading anything, so that is totally possible. Alright. Join argument must be string bytes, not none type. Why is it a none type? Tortoise? I'm passing in print type input path. Class string. Input path. I've got an input path. Morgan Freeman would be the most notable, 100%. That is totally possible as well. And there are plenty of trained voices on Morgan Freeman, 100%. Okay, well, what is happening here? Let me... Let me see where... Alright, let me run this one more time so I can see the error code. Go ahead, copy this. And then we'll go ahead and see if our handy dandy little ChatGPT instance can let us figure out things. Any value to try join. But I just checked everything. What's up, Gab? I do have a model. I do have a video on how to train voices. I've got like 4 different videos on how to train voices with. I got 2 on RVC and then I got 2 on Sovit's SVC. So you just gotta go check those ones out. Yeah, with copying celebrities' voices, you're on kind of a gray line. But like a gray line where there's like no legislation that has been passed for it, at least in the United States that I know of. So doing it for personal use, I don't see too much of an issue. But it's when you start commercializing things, it gets a little crazy. Mm-mm-mm. Um, input path. I am. I was like, I am feeding it an input path, so it should override it. Input path, input path. Mm, what's up, the Golden Shadow? Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I know it's this join. I'm pretty sure it's the join right. Not there. Well, actually, I don't know where the join is because it's failing. It's not even letting me step in, so it's got to be failing somewhere here. Mm, and I just type checked it. It's correct. It's a string, so all right. It's a string, which is what I need to pass in. Should be able to step in and no. Join arguments. Mm, I mean, I might need to. There might be an issue perhaps with the way that it's in here. So backslash backslash. Um, replace. Um, forward slash with backslash. Oh wait, hold on. Let me Okay. Okay, yeah. I will go ahead and replace. Oops. Replace forward slash. Hold on. Replace. Can I do double? I don't know. I'm gonna do replace double forward slash with 1, and then can I run another dot replace? Oh yeah. I feel like this is not good code. Forward slash with, we'll do double backslash. All right, let's try that. All right. See our input path. All right, everything looks good. All right, still not it. RVC convert model path. Input path equals the input path. Well, let me go ahead and first listen to see TTS voice files results. Got my
say a quick hello and okay, thank you for tuning in. I just wanted to say a quick hello and I'll be on my way. Okay, thank you for tuning in.
Okay, so it actually, it does work. It killed my background music. Oh, join argument must. Model path. F0 input. Create directory output path. Oh, maybe this is it right here. Let me try that. Let me try. Output directory path. Okay, maybe I need those. Alright, so what do we run into there? Local variable output directory reference before assignment. Okay. Yeah, it's with this output directory. Okay, output dir path none, output dir path. What in the world? Oh. Okay, I think I have this one wrong. I have this one wrong. Output dir path equals none. There you go. Dir path equals output dir equals path. How do I get the how do I get the current working directory? Let me see. Current working directory Python. Get cwd. Okay, cool. Alright, there is the issue. That's the issue. Alright, I had set the wrong names. Okay. I need to update my I need to update my package then to fix that. That is a must. Go ahead and do GitHub DTS pipeline. Okay. Alright, so here we are in my pipeline. I should be able to just copy and paste and slap this entire thing in here. So, let's see. No changes. Okay, cool. So, yeah, git status, git add, git, let's check the status again, git commit fixed a bug or output there was not referencing current working directory. Git push. Okay, so this should be pushed up to my GitHub repo. So, all right, cool. now all I need to do is just add in the Hubert and then the RMVPE, and we should be good to go. Let's see. Alrighty, here we go. So I might not actually need these. Let's go ahead and slap in a comment there. 네,ヒーターを消して。
はい、ヒーターをオフにします。
Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay, cool. Perfect. Alrighty.
Hey, thank you for tuning in. I just wanted to say a quick hello and I'll be on my way.
Alright, cool. Perfect. That works. That works. Alright. Nope. It's actually supposed to output it to output file name. Output their path. Output file name. Okay, let's see that. Alright, cool, perfect. And then I also had to commit this line up as well. Because, yeah, no, this one was not outputting to the correct directory. Code, TDS pipeline. Alright, let me just update that line real quick. Slap that in there. Alright, what happened? CLS, get add, get status, oops, get status, get commit small path fix on the output, git push. Alright, there we go. Alright, so that should be bug free now. And yeah, it's already 1:12. Jesus Christ. There goes 30 minutes. Alright. Regardless, we've got RVC convert working as it should correctly now. However, now we got to incorporate it into the narration. So, let me see. Alright, so generate sound is going to need to be modified. So we'll go ahead and do our tortoise call API. We'll do audio path. And then we need to convert that. We need to convert that audio path. Oops. RVC convert, and then we need to import it from RVC infer import RVC convert. Okay. RVC convert. We're going to pass in our model path, where we'll specify that later, and then we need to input path equals audio path. Okay. And then we can return this instead. But for model path, where is this being called from? Right, create NQ audio. This is referenced. Okay. Create NQ audio. Create NQ audio. Alright, so I can go ahead and pass it model path. Model. And then let me go ahead and do the model path. I'm doing 48k.pth. I'll make this more friendly later. Then we can go ahead and put this in there. Okay. Model path, and then go to references. This also needs to take in a model path. But I need an option to select. I need to make a note to myself. Alright, so what I'm thinking right now is, like, what if you don't want to generate with RVC and you just want to do tortoise? Should I even allow that as an option? Because if so, I need to set a parameter that can check if you're running it with I would need to do something like that. Okay, but I don't think I'm gonna do that right now. It's gonna take a little bit too long. So let me just go ahead and create a new text file, and we'll call this change log slash, I don't know, thoughts. Alright, today's date is 8/22-2023. Change log.md. Am I using the 11 Labs API on that? No, I am currently using Tortoise TTS and RVC, so we are all local and all free. Okay. Added in RVC to the audiobook generator. However, so I added in RVC to the audiobook maker, but it won't. But narration audiobook individual files.py will not work at the moment unless RVC is installed. Need to adjust this later so that you can choose which TTS to use. Okay, so I'll add that later, but I just want to get the obviously proof of concept working first. So we'll go ahead and generate the model path from there. Generate sound reference. Okay, passes in the model path. Okay, go down to create and queue audio. Okay, play audio from queue, start while the length. Alrighty, cool. Cool. So technically this should work now to read out my narration here. And so let's go ahead and uncomment out the reading portion of it. And let's go ahead and play narration audiobook. Alright, so it's going to get 5 audio files in the queue, I believe is how I have this one going. And then it'll start reading. Okay, so that's 2 done. That's 3.
In my younger
There we
and
go.
more vulnerable years, my father gave me some advice that I've been turning over my mind ever since. Whenever you're criticizing anyone, he told me just remember that all the people in this world haven't had the advantages that you've had. He didn't say anymore, but we've all always been unusually communicative in a reserved way, and I understood that he meant a great deal more than that.
Alright, cool. So it works. That's perfect. I do have some hiccups about Tortoise. The the Tortoise models that the Tortoise model that I'm using has weird little aberrations, I would say, I guess, when speaking. So cool, that works. But let me go ahead and swap it with a different voice. So let me open up Tortoise real quick. All right, let's go ahead and slap in our Mel. Let's see, voices, Mel. All right. And I should have a wait for Melania as well. Okay, cool. Let me go ahead and drag and copy this path into here. Do this, change this, go into Melania, and I don't actually want to wait. Audio queue, free slots. I actually forget where I put it to. Play audio file, slot, audio file, get. Okay, whatever. We'll go ahead and run it up. Hey, what's up, Bartholos? Appreciate you tuning in at such an early time or such a late time, depending on how you see it. Vivi is not up and running right now, so you will in the future. I do want to do a little bit more work. I do want to do a lot of bit more work on Vivi, actually. So look forward to that in the future. I will be live streaming some of that stuff, and getting that all up and going. So no worries there. Alrighty. Text load, free slots.
In my younger and more vulnerable years, my father gave me some advice that I've been turning over in my mind ever since. Whenever you feel like criticizing anyone, he told me,
Why does it sound so much
just
deeper? What in the
remember
world?
all the people in this world haven't had the advantages that you've had. He didn't say any more, but we've always been unusually communicative in a reserved way. And I understood that he meant a great deal more than that.
Why does it sound so much different?
I'm inclined to reserve all judgments, a habit that has opened up many curious niches to me and also made me the victim of not a few veteran balls. The abnormal mind is quick to detect and attach itself to this quality when it appears in a normal
Okay, this actually isn't too bad. I mean, this is like a Lord of the Rings type voice here.
I was unjustly accused of being a politician because I was privy to the secret griefs of wild, unknown men. Most of the confidences were unsought. Frequently I have feigned sleep, preoccupation, or a hostile levity when I realized by some...
Interesting. Okay, so that actually wasn't too bad, which is, which is just down to my tortoise training. My tortoise trained models for Mume wasn't that good, so I need to get that one a little bit better. But
On the hard rock, but after a certain point, conduct may be founded. On the hard rock, or the wet marshes, but after a certain point.
But yeah, I wonder why my Melina voice sounds so deep. Yeah, alright, so some comments came through. It looks like quite a bit came. Question. For sync, I don't know where the repetition issue actually comes from, unfortunately, either. The It's got to do something with like the architecture because it is a diffusion model, so it's just diffusing it's predicting and diffusing what it thinks is next. So you can try increasing the length and repetition penalty, but yeah, I haven't solved that issue. My length is at 6 and my repetition is at 6 as well too. So you probably don't need 256 samples and 512 iterations. Iterations is good at being high. Samples, I would bring samples down because samples makes the generation time take almost exponentially longer. So that's just my 2 cents there. Prime Max, I am a test engineer. That is my job. Okay, so I probably can pass in. We're gonna go ahead and run that again, but what happened to my music again? My goodness. Okay. It's when I go to play audio files. So my music just goes away. I can also pass in a transpose value here. So we're going to go ahead and pass in a transpose to RVC convert. Alright, transpose, or what do I call it? F0 up key. F0 up key equals, we'll do like 2, and then we'll rerun this one. Oh, here's my comma. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and rerun that, see how that goes, and see what's up. actually, see, I can bring that up a little bit. So let's go back to RVC. Oh, let's go down to RVC convert. Up key. We'll try 6 because it still sounds quite deep. Right, and then let me go ahead and change this Q to 2 and rerun this again. Oh yeah, if you're still in the chat, sync as well. Longer sentences seems to have less repetition as well. But yeah, the seeds, it's kind of like diffusion models, unfortunately. Is it 2 or okay? Wait, hold on. If I do 6, length. Maybe it's this one actually. I'm trying to figure out where. Create and cue audio.
In my younger
There you go.
and more vulnerable years, my father gave me some advice that I've been turning over in my mind.
Okay, so 4. I guess I need to retrain my maybe I need to retrain my RVC model, because my RVC model for I don't remember my RVC model for Melina sounding so deep. Perhaps I also
In my younger and more vulnerable years, my father gave me some advice that I've been turning over in my mind ever since. Whenever you feel like
interesting. Maybe let me go ahead and throw in my index file. We'll go ahead and do that and feed that as a index file index. Okay, file index equals relative path. We'll just hard code that in there for now, see how that goes. Perhaps it was my file index when I was inferring on RVC that got it quite a bit more accurate. Speech T5 by Microsoft. I have not heard of Microsoft's. I feel like everyone's coming out with TTS stuff right now. I know they've had it for a long time with like Azure. But the repetition is going to come from just like the diffusion.
and more vulnerable years, my father gave me some.
Okay, I think that's it. But back to what I was saying, those ones I think run off of more traditional type VITS models where it's just reading out the phonemes for the words. So it's a little bit more deterministic. Now, like I said, I think what I noticed with longer sentences is the repetition is a little bit less. And it also depends, it seems to depend on like the model as well. Like I have some tortoise models that repeat like crazy, whereas some other tortoise models do not. And I'm not sure why, because everything that all these models are kind of just like black boxes. We throw in data and train it. But I haven't used 11 Labs enough. I don't know if 11 Labs repeats, and I'm pretty sure they use the same kind of diffusion style as Tortoise. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to add Speech T5 to something to take a look at. Seems like a very interesting option.
In my younger and more vulnerable years, my father gave me some advice that I've been turning over in my
Speech T5.
in my younger and more vulnerable years, my father gave me some advice that I've been turning over in my mind ever since. Whenever you feel like criticizing anyone, he told me, just remember that all the people in this world haven't had the advantages that you've had. He didn't say any more, but we've always been unusually communicative.
Well, 11 Labs, I'm pretty sure they just got a crap ton of compute inside of their they've got a crap ton of compute inside of their system. And the main reason that I think 11 Labs does use diffusion is because they have a temperature setting, and then they've got like two bars. One is for repetition, and then I guess one is for more accuracy. And each generation varies very, very well. Each generation varies by quite a bit for 11 Labs. So I don't think you normally get that with regular text to speech architectures. I don't know. That's why I think they use diffusion behind the scenes, as well as some type of autoregressive model to guess what's gonna come next. I'll have to take a look at T5. I just pulled it up on archive, so June 19th. Interesting. Okay. I mean, that would be a good approach. Yeah, so I'll have to take a look at this T5, because yeah, I've never heard of it beforehand, but it looks interesting. Speech encoder, text encoder, speech text encoder, speech text decoder, prenet. Yeah, so I think Speech T5 uses kind of the uses a very similar approach to Tortoise. I think they all kind of have that same training, or the encoder to decoder transformer, because I think even Tortoise is using GPT-2's transformer or something along the lines of that. So still, it's so pretty old. All right, let me try this with a different voice. I think my one isn't too bad, so we'll go ahead and run toward with And then let's go ahead and take this out. Let's go ahead and change our model path to, let's go back to Dewey. Can you use Tortoise TTS with Indonesian voice? You can. Yeah, it's simple as that. Yes, you can. Can you use it to speak Indonesian? Or, yeah. It depends. You have to train Tortoise TTS to learn the different speech characteristics of the language, and you need a specific tokenizer for that. And that's I can't speak. That's one thing I'm gonna be working on next, at least with Tortoise, because I want to get a Japanese model working. So that is a work in progress for myself. Something that I have not started
In my
on.
younger, more vulnerable years, my father gave me some advice that I've been turning over in my mind ever since. Whenever you feel like criticizing anyone, he told me, just remember that all the people in this world haven't had the advantages that you've had. He didn't say any more, but we've always been unusually communicative in a reserved way, and I understood that he meant a great deal more than that. In consequence, I'm inclined to reserve all judgments, a habit that has opened up many curious natures to me and also made me the victim of not a few veteran bores.
Interesting.
The abnormal mind is quick to detect and attach itself to this quality when it appears in a normal person, and so it came about that in college I was unjustly accused of being a politician because I was privy to the secret griefs of, well, unknown men.
Okay, cool. That's not too bad. Let's see. Just for fun, let's go ahead and use this plankton voice. And then since I do have a female voice in Tortoise, we'll have to bring down the transpose a little bit to, let's just do -12.
In my younger and more vulnerable years, my father gave me advice that I've been turning over in my mind ever since. Whenever you feel like criticizing anyone,
Now this one just sounds weird.
just remember that all the people in this world haven't had the advantages that you've had.
That is funny. That one just sounds like it's a deep voice changer. Let's see. Let's throw in this. Oops. File index. Let's go -6. The merge tool in Tortoise. I haven't used the merge tool in Tortoise, and unfortunately, well, I might have. I think I did use it once, like in the very beginning, and it didn't fail out. But I don't know. I wouldn't be able to give too much background on that. because I think all it's doing is just merging the weights and taking an average between the two. So, are you getting any specific errors on it?
In my younger and more vulnerable years, my father gave me some advice that I've been turning over in my mind ever since. Whenever you feel like criticizing anyone, he told me, just remember that all the people in this world haven't had the advantages that you've had.
Alright, that's funny. Okay, cool. So I got a little distracted here, but it does indeed work for reading out audiobooks. So let's go ahead and cool. So narration, audiobook, individual files. Alright, I've got a lot of different stuff in here right now. So let me. Okay, I no longer need this test. We're gonna go ahead and delete that. Tort YAML. I will need another tort YAML. So we'll go ahead and do this underscore example. Tort YAML. Voice name. Insert path. Wait, insert voice. Insert trained voice name. Audio file samples P8. Okay. Yeah, just Rising Grind. I'm not too sure then, unfortunately. Did you try moving the slider to emphasize one voice or more? Yeah, let's see. Yeah, that I'm not too sure. Viral, 4 gigabytes of RAM, UHD. Does Intel have? I don't know if Intel has dedicated VRAM for their dedicated, not dedicated, for the integrated graphics. I believe UHD is integrated. So, regardless, I don't think 4 gigabytes is going to be enough. And that's where you're running into issues. You need to run Tortoise, you need either an NVIDIA graphics card or an AMD one. But AMD, I have no clue on. RTX 4060 good enough for AI RVC? Yes. That is a solid yes. Now the 4060 does have 8 gigabytes, so you'll have to use smaller batch sizes, but it will definitely work. 100%, because yeah, the 3060 was working just fine. Let's go delete these. Alright, so I actually need to move this folder, so we'll have to reinstall everything. But alright, let's go ahead and my GitHub uploads, Twitter's voice narration. I'll go ahead and delete this venv. Okay, here is Tortoise. We're gonna go ahead and get this up on GitHub though. It's interesting, yeah. And I'm not too sure what's going on with the merged voice then. Unfortunately. Let's see. Audiobook maker. Alright, we'll go ahead and add the MIT license to this. Create repo. Alright. Need to open up a terminal window. Let's get this. Get in it. Alright, get remote, add origin, throw that in there. Get remote. V, get status. Alright, let's see what's getting uploaded. Alright, my get ignore. Let me ignore all PTH files. Let me ignore my Pi cache. And let me ignore my tort.yaml. Let's see. Let me ignore those PT files. No PT, don't need those. Alright, get status again. Alright. Audiobook maker, audiobooks, changelog, narration, audiobook, individual files, text, YAML, towards API. Alright, that looks right. Get add all, get status again. Right, audiobooks, get ignore, changelog, audiobook maker, narration. Alright, that looks good as well. Get commit. Or first commit. Alright, git branch master. Git pull. Origin master allow. Unrelated histories. Alright, let's check one more time. Setup stream. Origin master. Alright, cool. So everything should be up in the GitHub repository. Sweet. Let me show that real quick. The GitHub repository should have everything in it. It's got our Tortoise API, YAML, text, narration, changelog, audiobook maker. Oh, this is a different one. This one I didn't work on today. License. We've got our MIT license. And yeah, simple as that. So cool, we got that going. Let me add a README to this new repo as well. readme.md audiobook maker. This repo is a work in progress. Its goal is to be an audio book maker using cloned voices that you train on. It utilizes Tortoise TS as the text to speech, and then RC2 improve the voice quality. Rough draft. Not finished. Alright, cool. So git status, git add, git push. Oops, gotta do a commit. Added readme. Oops. Cool. Alright, now let me go ahead and get everything back installed here. Pi 3.10 VNV. Okie dokie. I don't have a requirements for this now, do I? This is a good time to make a requirements. Alright, so we need sound, device, sound file, PyDub. Tortoise API, requests, and then PyYAML. I don't know what the requests PyPy is. Okay, cool. It's just requests. Nice. Save this as requirements.text. And let's go ahead and do pip install requirements. Our requirements. Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and do our torch installation again. Alrighty, so this should be good to go. Or it should be good to go, but it's not. It's almost good to go. Alright, there we go. Let's go ahead and do pip install. What's up, the Golden Shadow? Miku's AI Hub. What bot is it you're talking about? Alright, did that. Install. Okay, let's make sure this works. Okay, cool. This works. Alright, sweet. Permission denied. Output. Permission denied. I might delete this. Interesting. Alright, let me close out of it. And then, I just closed out of tortoise. Oops. Right, let me go ahead and reopen that up again. GitHub, TTS pipeline. Oops, now the, tortoise voice narration. Cool. Alright, and then let's go ahead and run this again. And it does look like my stream is not maintaining enough upload speed right now, so sorry for that. It's gonna be a little bit choppy, but this is nearing the end of the stream, so we will be getting out of here pretty soon. Except, what in the heck is happening here? Permission denied. Output. What? What the heck? What in the world? Oops. Oopsie daisy. Gosh darn it, now I gotta go change that in the code. I messed up on that, I guess.
In my younger and more vulnerable years, my father gave me some advice that I've been turning over in my mind ever since. Whenever you feel like criticizing anyone, he told me, just remember that all the people in this world haven't had the advantages that you've had. He didn't say any more, but we've always been unusually communicative in an...
Okay, Jesus. I accidentally messed up my other GitHub, so let me just go ahead and get that up and go and get status, git add git commit fixed bug. A personal bot from the server. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Does it do anything special or anything in specific? Alrighty. Cool. It works. So that is good to see. Alrighty. Well, what are the plans for moving forward? Okay. Plans and notes moving forward. Plans and notes. Work on easy parameter changing. Allow for other TTS engines. Give an RVC off/on button. Okay, I could actually see this working out really well. Convert everything into a Gradio interface. I could actually see this working out really well. I've never done Gradio before, so that would be a nice little project to work on. So get this integrated into Gradio. Okay, cool. Alrighty, well, that is pretty much it. That's pretty much all I wanted to get my foot started on. Integrating my RVC pipeline into the audiobook and then just testing it out to make sure it works. So we'll be working on getting this a little bit more fleshed out so that it can be used in a practical manner. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today's live stream. Nothing crazy, nothing too intense or exciting. So yeah, that's gonna be all today. I will see you guys later. Thank you for tuning in and appreciate it.